we exposed them, city finally banned them.
Řekněte mi, skončíte zítra nebo ne? Here comes the bus. Business running as usual, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on Old Town.
So if you don't know these guys, they are basically like tourist advisors. They are based in Prague, in Czech Republic, and he's like called the Honest Guide, I think. He's a really cool guy from Prague, which is the best city in the world.
Those guys with red umbrellas behind me flooded our city years ago, and they sort of sell tickets to tourists, but they claim to be something else. We'll get to it. And tomorrow, they should finally be gone. That's a theory on paper. We'll
So I know those umbrellas, they're for like fucking 10, like I know that at least for 15 years, since I was like first time there or something like that.
Exactly 4 years ago, we've made a video where we uncovered what I believe is a scam, or at least a trick, where people on the square with red umbrellas sell tickets to tourists, which is actually forbidden by the city law or the city ordinance. So to bypass that, they claim to be a charity. They claim to collect...
Yeah, I remember you make a video about it.
They picked. Back then, 4 years ago, we named the video...
So the government actually did something about this shit.
Charity as a shield. So if you actually talk to these guys, when they approach you, they don't say, hey, do you want to give some money to a charity? They will simply offer you a bus ride or a boat ride or tickets to whatever venue they're selling. But their little tag that is hanging on their neck actually says
it's a charity, volunteer
charity, which we've uncovered in multiple videos that we've already published. Now, not only
charity
watch our videos, but apparently some people from the city and the state, and it took them 4 years after watching the video, I guess, to actually come up with a law and with a city ordinance that prohibits sales of merchandise and tickets claiming to be charity in the city center of Prague. And the city law actually comes in effect tomorrow. That's why we're here.
Well, congratulations.
The last remaining red umbrellas,
and that's it. They are gone after that.
Curious if they actually will show up tomorrow.
I think we know the answer. All of us.
Show up with another bright idea to bypass the city laws.
No, they're just gonna show up the same.
Odtáhněte. No tak dobře, počkám tady. Tak mě zajímá, jestli tady budete zítra. Máte směru napsanou?
Ne, já jsem respektuju.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8 on Old Town Square. Now, at this point, you may wonder, why do these guys even bother us? Well, they don't really bother us, but they're causing harm to the city and to you. First of all,
but you know, of course, they're like scammers and everything, but, well, they are scammers and they are there and they are tricking some people, but you know, they are part of the magic in Prague. I get like some people are falling for it, yeah.
Actually, really bad guides.
It's the big library. It's a
big
library.
Yeah, but big. What was the name of it?
The big library.
Oh, it's just big.
That's terrible.
Give you information just to sell you the ticket. So, for example, they're going to tell you, oh, the castle, you can only take our bus there. It's very far to walk. And then you get stuck in traffic. They will sell you boat tickets when the river is high and there's no boats on the river.
But you can like use your phone and figure this out. Like, how stupid are you? You just can't go in your phone. Why people? This is the problem, that people are so lazy. Just open your fucking phone, Google whatever you want, and just take a fucking bus drive there. You don't have to go for this. But you're trying to save like lazy people. This is what you're trying to do. People that going to the umbrella stuff like they're just lazy people that won't open the phone and find the bridge and go there. Just check reviews and whatever.
The river will go down tomorrow. You can easily take the boat. They will lie just for their...
Who used this stupid bus? Like when I was there, I was like using the tram, like you got like an upper tram, underground train.
Actually shed a bad light on charities, because if you claim to be a charity, yet you give very, very little money to the charity, that's not
we know that, yeah.
And the third one that is also important is that if you're actually a legit vendor of tours, tickets, bus rides, boat rides.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'm absolutely love Honest Guy. This is why I'm making this video, just to check out this video, but I love this guy. Don't get me wrong if I said something like, I totally agree with him about everything. everything is said. But I'm just saying, like, who using those red buses? You know, lazy people. That's all I'm saying.
and you want to sell it on the square, you have to rent out a space that you pay for to the city or to the owner of the building, because you need to have an office or space to sell something in the city. These guys don't. They simply bypass it by claiming to be a charity. By the way,
I'm watching this video and asking myself, why is the Tesco in Prague so much better than in the UK? Why?
one part of this absolutely bizarre story that we've been covering was an illegal booth that was placed in front of the building behind me, which is the Czech National Bank.
I think I
There
saw this
actually
video.
was a booth where these guys were selling tickets that we found out was there illegally. The booth, believe it or not, disappeared only a few days after we published the video. From what I heard, the city has been working for years to get the booth away. Just to don't confuse, there's more different booths selling tickets for different bus tours, but those are here legally and they do pay certain rent, and it's a different company than we were covering with the charity, just so you know.
But imagine the city without all of this crap, you know. We look like a bit less touristy, you know. I'm just like the visual of it. I'm not saying it should be there. I'm just saying, without the tourist bus, it will look a bit less touristy.
Hi, excuse me, do you speak English? Can I ask you, how was the bus tour?
A little expensive.
Expensive?
How much?
What? Yes. You can walk to the.
Well, yes, you can.
Castle?
Get over the
So this guy right here. Yeah, you can walk 5 minutes by foot. It doesn't have a phone. Don't have any phone. You can't Google it. How can you tell now it's 5 minutes by foot? But he got the bus. He's lazy.
hotel, it's 5 minutes from the down, and the rest you can take the buses, the local buses.
Yeah, you can.
It's
So what
not
did?
worth it, in my opinion.
Okay, I love
Nice.
how like one bus is standing on no standing sign, one bus is on the public transport, and third one just arrives. Imagine locals' perspective on this when we're stuck in traffic in the city.
But you know that the point in this bus, if it's not expensive, it's a good idea because the hop on, hop off bus, you know, you can go on it. People love it and go down. I never used it. I don't know why. I don't know.
Okay, guys, that's your bus.
But people like this bus. I know that people are liking this bus. They have to do something to keep it.
To je site, kámo, tohle. To se normálně vyfotím. Now, you may be thinking that the city had to come with a new law ordinance to get rid of the hop-on, hop-off buses in the city center or the vendors. Well, they actually didn't have to do that. All they had to do was look at this traffic sign that they already have here that forbids cars and buses that are wider
I
than
think I know
2.2
this section,
meters
this part
from
in Prague.
entering here. Do you think the city knows about this sign? Maybe they do not know they have it here. In all honesty, this does not belong into this episode. This belongs to the episode Pointless Traffic Signs that we have in the city.
Hey.
There's many, so we should make that part 2 of that episode.
Well, did anything change
As I
in
said
the
in
day
beginning,
after?
Today's situation should be a lot different.
First day of the new law. Let me
They're
guess,
actually
nothing
gone.
changed.
But
What?
the people that were holding them, they're still around. Let me start off by saying that I've never seen so many cops.
Oh,
on
they
the
brought the
square
police
usually
there.
Show up when
Wow.
there's something happening
Prague
in this
taking,
area, and
shit
there's
done in the
politicians
first day.
carrying
Wow.
law or ordinance, which is the case of today. Now, I was up there, believe it or not, in Starbucks, watching over the square to see if there's going to be any of these vendor sellers, and I did see a few of them
Name a
that
better
were
city
offering
than
tickets
Prague in
for
the
sort of
comment
moving
section.
people into their little
New York?
office where they sell
Nah.
the tickets.
Paris?
And as I'm watching
Nah.
it, I see
London?
an interaction between
Nah.
a tourist and one
Berlin?
of the vendors. And
Nah.
then as I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh wait, that's not a tourist.
Like if you haven't been in Prague, I'm not talking about this. This you can find in any big city.
Dobrý den.
Dobrý den, jsem tvůj táta, na co chceš? Jsem tvůj táta, nebo no?
Jste můj
Ty si
táta.
dělal, myslím, ty otočíš to
My your
The
daddy.
interaction was not nice at all.
No.
I couldn't get the sound, but from what I was seeing, it didn't look nice. And Honza, with the seller, eventually walked to a group where one of the Prague politicians was standing, and Honza told him this.
Pán je jeden z těch vašich oblíbených deštníkářů.
Jo,
Máte ho přímo tady. Teď tamhle turisty vedl, aby jim nabízel tady lístky.
Kdo to nabízel?
No vy,
Čau! Co je tam?
já, tamhle v té budce.
Excuse me, are you waiting for the hop on hop off bus? Should it be here? Do you know what time it comes here? No. And can I ask you where you buy the tickets?
In the history
Oh,
here.
and so somebody approached you on the square to sell you the tickets, or? After this, we actually talked to this Prague official for tourism to discuss why is this happening and what is happening.
Tell us.
And he's been a politician for a while, so his answer was very
Wide. Vague.
Musíme uplatňovat i ten tržní řád a nejen čekat, až oni vymyslí nějaké další zdůvodnění.
What the city did come up with, which is much smarter than a law or an ordinance, is actually a city hop on, hop off, which is this beautiful train
Really?
that is much cheaper and much nicer than the stuff these vendors are selling.
I
So
think I was on
if
one
you're
of
from
those,
Prague,
but I didn't know.
It's pretty awesome. Another square that is red umbrella free since today, but let's also talk about another things that this new law that came in effect today will affect, because it's not only about the vendors of the tickets for the hop on hop off buses, but if you were ever in Prague or watched our videos, you may have seen these flashy balloons.
Who is
Once
buying
again,
this
those were
crap?
not
Yeah.
sellers of balloons, but that was actually a charity based in a city attached to a parking lot, from what I could find. So those should be gone.
Okay, forget it if it's a
Will they be gone
charity.
forever? Well, we don't know, but we live here, so we're gonna find out, and you can too if you subscribe to Honest Guide. Now, obviously, it is harder to sell tickets without a red umbrella and a suit that says tickets, tours, attractions, hop on, hop off. They sort of have to, you know, take the people somewhere, so it looks more shady. So I guess we only will have to stick around to see if they can keep up the business. What is funny though is that as of right now, they're not violating the city ordinance of pretending to be a charity. They're violating the sales of tickets because they're offering to people to buy a ticket on the square, which you're not allowed to do. Business running as usual, man. So we'll keep a closer look on the situation. It's pretty obvious they're sort of hiding out on the first day of the ordinance because, as I said, there were cops, there were politicians, officials, and so on. So we'll see. We'll see how long this will take for them to come back, if they'll come back, but we will keep an eye on it. This was a public service announcement from The Honest Guys, which is Honza and Yannick, and I'll see you next week on our
We love you.
Bye.
We love you, Honest Guide. You're the best. You're the best of the best in the best city in the world.